Hello everyone. Today Vanarani. Now uh, I will now try to I'll be making yet another API for my Django for my yes, I'll be making an API with the help of no help. Documentation will be there, but I'll use it only when I extremely need it. So let's open our WSL. Um, okay, cd ecommerce. What the fuck? Flutter. Cd Flutter. What? Okay, let's create a project here. Let's see if there's an environment. Nope. So pip dash n pip what was that? Python 3 dash n. Okay, this was the command. So we have our virtual environment ready. Now, okay, yes, source the activation script, and we are in the Python virtual environment. So I'll need, if I'm working with below, okay, if I'm working with image files as well, so I will need below, and Django will also be required. Django rest. No, FRAMEWRK. I'll need all these things, and yes, Django admin, and ecommerce API, ECOMMERCE API. Okay, so fuck it, I'm gonna just name it API. Okay. Now, okay, yes, we have this. Now we can take everything out over there. Yes. Okay, editor, VS Code editor to, no, what is this called? Explorer, EXPLORER to write.
Did you know that you can move the sidebar by popping open the secondary sidebar here? Now if I drop this is useful because I'll explore the sidebar by popping open the secondary sidebar here. Now if I drop this, you'll see that my Explorer is now living in the secondary sidebar over on this side of the screen. This is useful because all of our existing views stayed over on the primary sidebar side, so we could have something like the Git source control view visible while also having our Explorer visible at the same time. Also, if you don't like this order, where the secondary sidebar is over on the right-hand side and the primary sidebar is over on the left-hand side, you can always swap out the order. So if I open up the command palette with Control-Shift-Key or Command-Shift-Key, and then say toggle sidebar, if I run the view toggle primary sidebar position command, you'll notice how the two sidebars have now switched sides, and we now have the primary sidebar over on the right.
Lovely. This is exactly what I need. Yeah, that seems to be about right. Okay. Nice. So we have we need Python manage.py and start app API app. Python manage.py start app API app. Nice. And what else? So we have our API, and let's make some models, shall we? So I remember in our Python. No. I don't need this. In our Flutter file, we took only products, their title, name, price and description, name, description, and price and image. So name, description, price, name, description, price, and image. So these are the only things that we required. Let's just create a class. Class will have its name as Piero DUCT. Create a class name product, and product will inherit an odls.model. Yes, it will inherit this, and our, let's just say, name, product name equals to models dot char field, max length as 100 characters, sure, and name, and then we have DASCRIPTION equals to models dot char field, max length is again, let's keep it 200 characters, and for our price, models dot decimal or float field, and what are the things that float false literal, so primary key, really forget. So this is iterable namespace. Maybe nothing. Image field. Alright, I need to look up about image in Django REST framework. Renderers. I don't know what this is. Q. Okay, more usage 6 where Guru.
Let's continue our exploration of Django REST framework. In this video, we're going to
We'll be using this for code highlighting. Okay, I will also use this. Getting started. Start app snippets. So manage.py, nope, settings.py, and we'll need to install apps matching. We need to keep it as API ecommerce raw REST framework. Sure. Okay, we'll need REST framework and API e-commerce. There you go. Okay, Monitorian is a tool that helps to control the brightness of external monitors. This was a very indispensable tool for me, like from the very start. Good enough. Okay, so Lexer's get all layer, get all styles. I don't so you actually clone or we should really try to see how this works. Tutorial and snippets fixes migration event assignment. Okay, so models.py. What do we get? HTML formatted. Keyboard. Select a different interpreter. Python manage.py run server. No module named database dj database URL. Git install our No more than min white noise. From Django database import model Lexers function get on Lexers. Because I'm not gonna do anything with this. Let's work with from Django database. Django database import models from pipemains.lexers import get on Lexers from pipemains.styles import all styles. Lexers equals to item for item and get on Lexers free for item and choices. Okay. There you go. So it seems I need dark mode very badly. It's stinging my eyes. Remove from blacklist. Where's my body now? तेरी यो के हो फेरि यसको यो चाहिँ के हो है? What is this? Okay. So from by gpy gments dot lexers import get all lexers from gments dot styles import get all styles. So get daemon get all lexers. Generator object so for item in get all lexers print item. यसो गरौँ एउटा फोल्डर बनाऊँ हैन बेसिक्स भन्ने अनि will PSSCS and what will it do lexers.py भनेर राखेको छु है so from py dot lexers import get lexers get all lexers अनि for item in get all lexers मा चाहिँ print item गर्दाखेरि what do we get so यसमा चाहिँ टन्नै रहेछ है कति धेरै रहेछ यार यसले के निस्किरहेछ फर लेक्चर्स print xcrs if item 1 for item in get all lectures if item 1 exist गर्छ भने भन्न खोजे के हो यो only include lectures with at least one alias रे यो छ भने चाहिँ अनि बल्ल इन्क्लुड गर्ने भनेर भने हो इफ आइटम 1 भन्ने ओके यो अनि यो एक्जिस्ट गर्छ भने मात्र गर्नु पर्यो नत्र भने परेन ओके यदि यो भएन भने चाहिँ के हुन्छ त ओके नेभर माइन्ड अब यसमा हेर्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाम्रो मोडल्समा चाहिँ गेट अल स्टाइल छ लेक्चर्स भनेको चाहिँ आइटम फर आइटम इन गेट all lectures if item 1 यदि एउटा भन्दा बढी छ भने चाहिँ भइराछ ल्याङ्ग्वेज चोइसेसमा चाहिँ sorted item 1 र 0 sorted for item in lectures यति ओके इच आइटमबाट लिइरहेछ हामीले आइटम style choices sorted हुँदैन त्यो लाग्ने मात्र हो ब्रो नत्र भने नएसकेल हान्न छैन तर लास्टमा लाउँछ गेट अल स्टाइल choices sorted ओके स्निपेट नै राखिदिउँ सकेर होइन क्रिएटेड भनेको चाहिँ मोडल्स डट डेट टाइम फिल्ड हुन्छ अटो नाउ एड ट्रु मतलब यसलाई चाहिँ केही पनि गर्न मिल्दैन टाइटल मोडल्स डट क्यार फिल्ड म्याक्स लेन्थ 100 ब्ल्याङ्क ट्रु अनि डिफल्ट यो नै भएन कोड इक्वल्स टु मोडल्स डट टेक्स्ट फिल्ड अनि line os line nos line numbers models dot boolean field default equals to false. अनि के हो यो भने थाहा छैन. language equals to models dot char field choices language choices default equals to Python max length equals to 100 style equals to models dot char field choices style choices default friendly on max length 100. मेटाले के गर्छ रे odd range equals to created को हिसाबमा हुन्छ. अब we need to make migrations अनि migrate पनि गर्नु परि नै हाल्यो है. के अथमा किन यत्रो भइरहेछ है. What the hell? Creating a serializer class. The first thing we need to get started on our API is to provide a way of serializing and deserializing the snippet instance into representations such as JSON. We can do this by declaring serializer that work very similar to Django's form. Create a file in the snippets directory named serializers and add the following. Create a file in snippets directory. यसको directoryमा चाहिँ serializers start by serializers from REST framework import serializers from snippets भनेर छैन यसमा चाहिँ from dot models import import गर्नु पर्यो snippet language choices र style choices. CSE RALZER serializer start serializer snippet serializer नगर्यो नि त हैन. ID भनेको serializers dot integer field read only equals to true. Title equals to serializers dot char field required equals to false. Is this is the
look.
ओके यतिकै हेरौँ है सुरुमा चाहिँ स्निपेट्स डट मोडल भनेको छ यहाँ भन्नुपर्छ क्या API class snippet serializer dot serializer id serializers dot integer field read only equals to true title serializers dot char field required true maximum length 100 quote serializers based on area text area dot html line serializers dot boolean field required false language serializer dot source field serializer dot source field default Python default friendly hey create and return a snippet instance given the validated data create and return a new snippet instance create and return a new snippet instance snippet snippet serializer यहाँ आयो snippet dot models snippet dot apps cannot import invert module
at something.
Return a new snippet instance given the validated data. Return snippet objects dot create अनि validated data चाहिँ यो भएन keyword argument र त्यो भन्दा
Hey everyone, welcome to Slice of Pie. Today's topic is star args and star quargs. So you may have seen these used before in some Python code and wondered what exactly they do. Well, I'm going to use them in this order pizza function so that you can get a better understanding of what's going on here. So first, I need to explain what the asterisks mean in Python. So let's say I have a list of numbers here. Now, when I print this list, we just print out the entire list. It's essentially just this one list object that contains all of these numbers. Okay, so in Python, when I add an asterisk in front of this list here and I print it, you'll see that it's actually printed each individual number. This is called unpacking in Python. This asterisk, when used this way, is called the unpacking operator. If it's next to some iterator, like a list or a string, it will unpack elements of that iterator. So back to our order pizza function, we can actually do this in reverse. Let's say we know for sure the first argument needs to be the size of the pizza, but what about toppings? That's going to change from order to order. This function needs to be flexible enough to take in an undefined number of toppings. Well, all we need to do here is put star args as one of our inputs. This actually doesn't need to be called args, it's just the typical naming convention. You can change it to whatever you want. For this scenario, I'm actually going to rename this to toppings. Okay, so down here, when we call the order pizza function, we can input as many toppings as we want. Python knows that this first input is assigned to size, but all the remaining inputs here get packed into this tuple called toppings. So watch, in this function, I'm going to print toppings. When we run this, you'll see that it prints out all of our toppings in a tuple. So in this function, I can say, we ordered a large pizza with the following toppings, and I can just create a for loop here to iterate through each topping and print it. So let's run this, and there we go. Alright, so what about the star quargs? How does that work? So let's say we need some extra details for our order, like is it a delivery and how much is the tip? So in our function, let's add star details. Again, naming convention is quargs, but it can be whatever makes most sense for you. Down here, when we call the order pizza function, let's say delivery is equal to true and tip is equal to 5. So these are what's known as keyword arguments. These get handled by star details. The star toppings handle these positional arguments and put them into a tuple, and the star details will take these keyword arguments and place them into a dictionary as key value pairs. So up here I'll print details in the function. And when I run this, you'll see that it printed our keyword arguments as a dictionary. So delivery is true and tip is 5. So we can use that in this function. So let's say details of our order are, and then.
Okay, so एकचोटि एउटा लेखेर हेरौँ है बेसिक्स भन्ने यहाँ छ args.py भनेर लेख्छु मैले चाहिँ so I will create a API भन्ने एउटा बनाऊँ हैन ट्राफिक भन्ने छ अनि args भन्ने छ यहाँ अनि KWARGS भन्ने यहाँ छ है यस्तो कुरो चाहिँ अनि प्रिन्ट ट्राफिक भनेको चाहिँ कति आइरहेछ भन्ने कुरो चाहिँ यहाँबाट देखिन्छ प्लस एपिआईमा चाहिँ मैले ट्राफिकमा 5 राखेर पठाइदिएँ र आर्गुमेन्टमा चाहिँ आर्गुमेन्टमा केही पनि पठाएन अरे सो in this case for item in star args okay only args print item के हुँदो रहेछ यो चाहिँ नथिङ केही पनि छैन अनि अहिले चाहिँ अब इफ आई सेन्ड इन टाइटल भनेर पठाइदिन्छु अनि डिस्क्रिप्सन भनेर पठायो भने चाहिँ नाउ इट सुड सो है आर्ग्स भने अब यो चाहिँ प्रिन्ट टाइप अफ आर्ग्स हेर्ने हो भने चाहिँ यो चाहिँ टपल आउनुपर्छ अनि त्यसै गरी प्रिन्ट टाइप अफ कीवर्ड आर्गुमेन्ट्स हान्यौँ भने चाहिँ इट सुड बी अ डिक्सनरी डिक्सनरी कसरी हुनसक्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ की र अनि त्यसरी पेयर लेख्न सकिन्छ सो फर इक्जाम्पल इज इज एभाइलेबल इक्वल्स टु ट्रु भनेको चाहिँ हाम्रो एउटा किवर्ड आर्गुमेन्ट हुन सक्यो अनि क्वान्टिटी इक्वल्स टु 30 भनेर भन्नु चाहिँ त्यो हाम्रो एउटा अर्को आर्गुमेन्ट किवर्ड आर्गुमेन्ट हुनसक्छ राइट अनि हामीले चाहिँ फर डेटा इन किवर्ड आर्गुमेन्ट्स प्रिन्ट डेटा के हुन्छ हेर है ओके इज एभाइलेबल र क्वालिटी भनेर छ है सो हाम्रो चाहिँ यहाँ की र डेटा भनेर गरौँ की र एकछिन भ्याल्यु की र भ्याल्यु अनप्याक गर्न मिल्दैन ओके फर way too many values to unpack so dictionary show garnu parदाखेरि चाहिँ what can I do for I in quarks print I मात्र भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इज एभाइलेबल र क्वान्टिटी छ आई डट हान्यो भने चाहिँ
inlets.items
details.items details खैबे
then in here we can print the key and the value
details are here okay so for key ra value in keyword arguments dot items भन्ने function हुँदो रहेछ keyword arguments dot items dictionary छ so यहाँ चाहिँ unpack गर्न मिल्छ key is abstract as a journey of keys is available of the value true yeah quarks भनेको चाहिँ डिक्सनरी हो
so let's run this and there we go and that's pretty much it hopefully that gave you some helpful insight on what star org
I did learn something.
New, and that's it.
Okay, I'm not gonna follow that. If I go this way, it's gonna take more time, I know, but I feel like I'll learn a lot more. So, it's gonna create and then okay, double. That means it's expecting a dictionary. Objects dot create validated data. Snippet dot objects dot create. Ah. Update and return an existing snippet instance given the validated data. Update. Instance title माझा validated data dot get title comma instance title. The first part of serializer class defines the field that gets serialized / deserialized. The create and update methods define how fully fledged instances are created or modified when calling serializer.save. A serializer class is very similar to Django from and includes similar validation flags on the other fields such as required max and default. So required max length or default in a serializer class. The field flags can also control the serializer. All serializers should be displayed in certain circumstances such as when rendering to HTML, basic template HTML. Default implementation for automatically determined set of fields. Simple default implementation for create and update methods. Writing regular channel views using our serializer. CSRF. CSRF cross-site request forgery protection. CSRF middleware and template tag provides easy to use cross-site request. तो lovely रहेछ यार यो त छ्या अहिलेसम्म